Welcome to Not Boring English. Today, I will tell you a true story. How I learned English in 3 months. This lesson is for A2B1 learners. Use the playback speed if the speech is too fast. 3 months. That changed my English. I remember the first morning in the city. The air smelled like coffee and street food. I held my small suitcase and looked at the tall buildings. I felt afraid and excited. I had one big goal: to learn English in 3 months. I had to do it fast because I wanted a job and I wanted to make friends. I was 30 years old. I had studied English a little before, but I could not speak well. My heart beat fast when I thought about talking with people. At first, I felt lost. I went to a small cafe and sat down. The barista asked, "What can I get you?" I heard the words, but I did not know what to say. I pointed at the menu and smiled. The barista spoke slowly and friendly. He used simple words. He said, "No problem." That small act made me brave. I decided to try every day. I made a plan. My plan was simple. Each day I would study 1 hour and speak for 1 hour. I would watch a short TV show and listen to small podcasts. I would write 10 new sentences in my notebook. I would talk to one new person each day. This plan was not perfect. It changed many times, but it helped me move forward. In the first week, I did many small things. I used an app to learn words. The app showed pictures, and I repeated the words out loud. I wrote the words on sticky notes and put them on my mirror, on the fridge, and on my phone. I read a short news article every morning. I read slowly, and I used a dictionary only when I needed it. I listened to a podcast in the evening before bed. The words were easy, and the speaker was clear. I tried to say the sentences after the speaker. My mouth felt strange, but I kept going. The second week, I joined a small class for beginners. The teacher was kind. She corrected my mistakes with a smile. The class had other students from different countries. We all made many mistakes. We learned simple questions and simple answers. We practiced greetings, shopping phrases, and work phrases. The teacher told us to try role play. I felt silly at first, but role play helped me feel ready for real life. On day 15, I met a neighbor in the elevator. She asked, "Are you new here?" I replied, "Yes, I am new." My voice shook a little. She smiled, and we talked for 5 minutes. Her name was Sarah. She invited me to a local event. I went, and I listened a lot. I did not speak much, but I watched how people used words and gestures. I tried to copy their small phrases. After the event, Sarah asked me to be her coffee partner. We met twice a week. We spoke in slow English. She helped me practice common phrases. She also corrected gently. Her help gave me confidence. By the end of the first month, I felt a small change. I could order food with no problem. I could ask for directions, and find the right bus. My listening was better because I listened every day. My speaking was still slow, but it was clearer. I made many mistakes in grammar. I used the wrong tense, and sometimes I mixed words. People still understood me. That was the most important thing. In the second month, I wanted to improve my speaking fast. I did 2 new things. First, I started to keep a daily diary in English. I wrote 3 sentences each night about my day. I used simple words, and I checked my sentences later with a grammar app. Writing made me think about sentence order and small words like if and because. Second, I joined a language exchange group. The group met in a park on Saturdays. We sat in a circle and talked for 1 hour in English and 1 hour in another language. This practice was new and fun. I made friends, and we laughed a lot. People corrected me in a friendly way. I learned many natural expressions and short phrases that book lessons do not teach. 1 week in the second month was very hard. I had to give a short talk at the community center. The topic was simple: my first month in the city. I felt nervous. My hands were cold. I practiced my talk every night. I read it out loud to my mirror and to Sarah. On the day of the talk, I used my notes and I spoke slowly. I looked at the audience. They smiled and clapped. After the talk, some people came to talk to me. They said I did well. I felt proud. That moment taught me that practice and courage beat fear. In the third month, I focused on listening and natural speech. I watched short TV shows and turned on English subtitles. I listened to songs and tried to write the lyrics. I also started to think in English. At first, I had to translate in my head. Then I tried to create short thoughts directly in English. This shift made speaking faster. I also gave myself small speaking tests. I would go to a shop and try to have a 3-minute conversation. If it was easy, I tried 5 minutes. If it was hard, I tried again later. I saw progress every week. Near the end of month 3, I had a small test in my head. I visited a local office for a volunteer role. The coordinator asked me many questions about times, tasks, and my interests. I answered clearly. I used many phrases I had learned. The coordinator smiled and asked me to start next week. I felt a warm and simple joy. I had done it. I learned enough English to work and to make friends. My voice was not perfect, but I could express my ideas. The last day of the 3 months, I sat in the park and I wrote a short letter to myself. I wrote about the small steps, the mistakes, and the help I received. I wrote about the times I felt afraid and the times I felt brave. I read the letter out loud. My voice sounded different to my ears. It sounded stronger. I realized the secret of my success was not a miracle or a fast trick. It was many small actions, every day. It was speaking with real people and not being afraid of mistakes. It was using simple tools like a diary, a class, an app, and friendly conversations. The moral is simple: a clear plan, daily practice, and small risks lead to big change. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be consistent and brave. In 3 months, my English changed a lot. My life changed too. I found work, friends, and new confidence. I still make mistakes, but now I smile and learn. I love speaking English more than I feared it. Comprehension. Questions. Now, I will ask a few simple questions to check your understanding of the story. 1. Why did I want to learn English in 3 months? 2. What 2 new things did I start in the second month to improve my speaking? 3. What was the result at the end of the 3 months? Write your answers in the comments to practice writing in English. Thank you for watching Not Boring English. Which small habit will you try this week to improve your English? Please write your answer in the comments and subscribe for more stories and lessons.